1, 2, 3, 4.
Konbanwa. Hey guys, less than a week to go before I head off to Japan. I actually fly out midday on Wednesday. That's my mobile phone. Just 1 second please. This might be important. Okay, anyway, so yeah, I'm quite excited about going. Also a bit nervous. It's sort of properly hitting me now as to the fact that I'm going to go away for a whole year to a country I've never been to before. It's a bit scary, but it's good. It's good. I think I'm almost sorted now. Got most of my things done. I need to pack. Packing will take a long time for me because I'm rubbish at packing. Also need to get, well, my visa's sorted. It should be getting sort of delivered to me by Saturday. So yeah, and then sort of good to go. So whilst I've been sorting that out, I've also been doing a bit of reading recently. Here's a few books I've read. Ooh, there you go. Shogun. Besides being a monsterly fat book, look at that. It's really good. It's sort of pseudo fiction, set sort of in I think 17th century Japan, and it's sort of about this well, he's a Portuguese sailor who ends up stuck in Japan, but gradually sort of assimilates more and more of the Japanese culture, and sort of really sort of learns about that. I've also, one of my friends gave me this book. There we go. Live and Work in Japan. That was quite good as well. Just lots of things about sort of setting up in Japan, and little bits and bobs about sort of, I don't know, many useful things, I hope, although maybe some things I would hope not to have to use, like what to do if you sort of break an arm or something. Yeah, that was good. Thanks for that, George. Very useful. Another book, can I get this one lined up? There we go. The book I read is called Lambs Dancing with Wolves, which is just all about sort of being a Christian worker overseas in a different culture and how to sort of relate to culture. So I guess similar to the other books, but from more of a Christian perspective. And that's been really useful, really enlightening, sort of challenging on a few things of how much of what I think is to do with sort of Christianity is actually just sort of the culture I've been raised in. So yeah, so that's been really good. Also, I would recommend that to anyone who's sort of going to be doing sort of work for a church overseas. So it's not just sort of for Japan, but it's generally. So that's good. Something else I've been trying to read quite a lot more is this. This is my baby, my Bible. I love this. It's just brilliant. I've been looking through stuff in the Old Testament and the New Testament, and it's just amazing to see God's character. And you know, He's going to be, I think, the one constant thing when I leave here to Japan. I know the Lord Jesus will always be there with me. So it's been great to sort of just understand more about who He is, to learn more about Him, and get to know Him more through His book. That's definitely going to go with me. Another thing I've been trying to fit in time to do is these, my Mina no Nihongo. That's sort of Japanese for everyone. These are the textbooks I used when I was sort of learning Japanese at university, and they're just pretty good. Well, I've not really used any other textbooks, but I like them. So yeah, been trying to sort of go over the stuff I know. I think I've forgotten almost as much stuff as I've actually learned with Japanese, so that's going to be a bit of a challenge, but hopefully not too bad. So with that, hopefully provides a nice little swoop now into today's sort of Japanese lesson. one of the things I've been sort of going over again is how to do introductions in Japanese, because although in Britain we're not so sort of big on them, in Japan it's, as I understand, sort of quite a big thing that you formally introduce yourself to people when you meet them. So very simple greeting for someone if you first see them. You would say hajimemashite, which just sort of means like how do you do, I guess. Nice to meet you. I mean, literally it means sort of like this is the first time we're meeting, so that's sort of the first thing in, and then you would say sort of a few things about yourself, and then you sort of, there's an ending phrase as well. So for instance, if I was to meet someone, I might say hajimemashite, watashi wa Levi desu, dozo yoroshiku. So dozo yoroshiku is like the ending. I think I'm not sure the exact meaning of it. It sort of means something like, I hope to things go well with you in the future, or sort of, again, sort of nice to meet you, but it's just the ending phrase. So yeah, so if you meet any Japanese people, then presuming you're not Japanese yourself and you already know this, then you can say. So I thought that's a nice little intro into sort of the Japanese language slot. So obviously going to Japan, one of the things I'm going to need to know how to do is to introduce myself to people. So when you meet someone in Japanese, the way to greet them is to say hajimemashite. That's hajimemashite. For some reason subtitles don't work without making me go like so won't use them. Yeah, so hajimemashite, and then say whatever you want about yourself. Then you finish off with dozo yoroshiku. That's dozo yoroshiku. And so they're just sort of like, I guess, equivalent to sort of English. Nice to meet you, and then sort of how do you do, or something like that. So for example, you could say hajimemashite, watashi wa Levi desu, dozo yoroshiku. Just means sort of nice to meet you, my name's Levi, how do you do? Well, as you can see, I quite like changing angles and stuff on videos for some strange reason. I also quite like prayer. So if you are one of those kind of people who is sort of praying for me, a few things which I'd really appreciate prayer for would be just sort of last minute stuff. I still need to sort of buy gifts and stuff for going to Japan. I need to sort of get my bag sorted. I don't want to leave anything behind, and just pray my visa would arrive on Saturday and it'll be fine. I think also just pray that I'd sort of when I do get to Japan, I'd settle them well, and I really want to actually become part of the society I'm in, part of, and get to know people and not just be like a tourist for a year. I want to actually become sort of stuck in there and just get to know people and get to know the guys who will be around me. So yeah, I guess it's goodbye for now. Next time, my first one of these videos, I'll, God willing, be in Japan and be able to show you lots of fun and interesting things that I'm seeing and doing. So sayonara and God bless.